Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 241, Weather Weekly. Good to be with you. I'm meteorologist Marcus Bailey from Wish TV in Indianapolis, Indiana. Had the week off last week, or at least Labor Day off. Hopefully you had a great holiday weekend and a short week back to work and school. We're back to it here and a full week ahead with warming temperatures. I know that we've been running a little cool over this past weekend. But things are looking a little warmer here for the extended and pretty quiet as well. Not a lot of significant issues going on. We're going to dive in deep to this week's forecast. And since we didn't have a podcast last week, we'll also do a recap not only on the month of August, but ending August also ends meteorological summer. So we'll do some statistics on both August and the summer for Central Indiana. That's all coming up next. The week ahead for September 8th, 2025, here on Weather Weekly. It is the week ahead for September 8th, 2025. Let's go ahead and dive in, starting with the 8th, a Monday here with cool temperatures across the area to start off the morning hours. Coldest probably since May for some areas. I think some areas are going to be sneaking into the 30s early Monday morning as high pressure is overhead. I do think we're going to warm up nicely, however. We had a weekend where we were kind of stuck in the low 70s, which, by the way, the average high for early September still should be into the low 80s, 81, 82. So the weekend was running about 10 below average. I think we'll return back to the mid-70s. Plenty of sunshine for Monday. So good bounce back after a chilly start. Again, like I said, coldest for many since May. So it's been a little while. Let's go to Monday night now. Mostly clear skies. I don't think we're going to be as chilly. It's going to be cool for kiddos at the bus stop Tuesday morning. But I don't think you'll see 30s in spots. Probably the lowest we get is upper 40s in rural areas. Crystal clear, very quiet. You've got more of a southerly wind to kind of help keep the temperatures in check. And our warming trend will continue into Tuesday afternoon. I've got highs around 80 degrees in Indianapolis. So that puts us back closer to average for this time of year. Tuesday night, maybe a few clouds kind of rolling in, nothing too significant here. You got a little upper level trough going to kind of dig in, but not a lot of moisture supply with that. So we'll go partly cloudy, and as a result, and the southerly flow kind of increasing, we're actually going to be quite comfortable overnight. I think lows will fall to the mid-50s around central Indiana. All right, midweek. This is where we really kind of start tapping into some warmer, if not hot, temperatures. All right. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, not super humid. So that's going to allow us to warm up pretty quickly here. I've got highs into the mid 80s, 85 for Wednesday, clear skies, overnight lows around 60 for Wednesday night. Thursday and Friday are going to be pretty toasty, I think. I've got a high on Thursday of 88, an overnight low of 61, again, mainly clear. Same thing on Friday, sunny, a high of 88, overnight low of 60, and Saturday, more of that to continue, 88 for your high, and again, I think overnight lows probably hovering in the low 60s. I absolutely believe, too, that we could see some 90s. We definitely could see some 90s. I believe that would start to happen on Thursday. And I think we've got kind of a long stretch of potential 90-degree heat. The National Blend of Models, again, that kind of puts all of the models that we look at, there's a lot of them, but puts them all together and kind of puts in an average. So it's kind of industry standard. It has been for a couple of years now. Starting Thursday, like I said, and really going into, well, it goes all the way to Wednesday of next week, the 17th. Mid and upper 80s, so above average temperatures. And I know I usually do the 8 to 14 day outlook kind of at the end, but the 8 to 14 day outlook also has us with a very strong signal of above average temperatures and potentially hot temperatures. In fact, the 3 to 4 week outlook. So that would take us basically to the start of October, has a very strong signal of above average temperatures. So, yeah, I mean, I think, we've had this kind of taste of fall, but that may be retreating and we may be going in for a pattern change. I do think it's important to note too, those of you that are, into lawn care here, and you are in the midst of overseeding, there are not many rain opportunities coming up only over the next 5 to 7 days. And I don't see a whole lot of opportunities beyond that as well. I know that we talk about it a lot in the podcast, that you kind of get in the land of voodoo there when you get past kind of that 7-day range. But I think we're going to be locked in on this pattern. It's going to be kind of a high pressure ridge, very similar to what we had for the summer, where we had that intense heat. Now we're in September, it's very tough to kind of get into the mid 90 range. And I don't think we're going to have the humidity to go along with it. But, pushing 90 degrees in September, especially when you get in the middle of September, doesn't happen a whole lot. So, but it is going to keep us dry. It does look like here for kind of the long term. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing some of your own lawn care, that watering will be necessary many days coming up. Okay. Doesn't look like we're going to get relief from that anytime soon. So pretty easy forecast on my end, just warm and dry over the next several days. So it's going to be great for sports, for the kiddos, if you do need to get some stuff done outside. And those of you that are not ready to be done with summer yet, you're going to kind of get this last gasp of it potentially for a few weeks. All right. Coming up, like I said, we're going to recap the month of August and the summer of 2025 here in Central Indiana, and we'll close things down as well. That's all coming up next here on Weather Weekly. All right, let's go ahead and dive in here. Let's start with the preliminary weather summary for Central Indiana for August of 2025, and then we'll jump over to the full summer, okay? On record, 70th coolest, which I find that was pretty interesting. We did start off August pretty hot, but then we started kind of getting those cooler blasts of air. And I think our overnight lows kind of saved us from being really too warm and being on kind of the warmer half of the record books instead of the cooler half of the record books. So 70th coolest kind of puts us almost in the middle of the road a little bit. I mean, it does lean to the cool side, but it's not bad, right? It's not extreme. Something that we did crack the top 20 in, it was the 16th driest August on record. So we didn't receive a lot of rain. Some of you are already aware of that. Lawns are pretty crunchy. Some of the precip from some of the stations around Central Indiana, officially in Indy, 1.31. That's down 1.89 from average. The wettest day that we had was about 3/4 of an inch. That was on the 16th. Lafayette, 1.85. That's down 1.25 inches. Driest, one of the driest, Muncie, 1.2 inches, down 2.18 inches. Let's see. Oh, and Eagle Creek on the northwest side only received 0.68, which was down 2.5 inches of rainfall. So, yeah, really, really, really dry. Didn't have a lot of severe weather. It was more flash flooding. We did have a couple of downbursts. That was in Morgan County, 58 mile per hour gusts. That was on the 12th. Had a few rounds of severe storms on the 16th and early on the 17th. And then also some stronger storms on the 19th, but nothing really. It was just isolated damage, nothing too crazy. So there you go, August. Let's do summer. And I think this probably would have been a bit higher if we wouldn't have had such a cool back half of the month of August, it did rank the summer. So this is June, July, and August. All right, the 3 months for meteorological summer. 20th hottest on record, and it was the 54th driest on record. All right. Hottest days that we had, these occurred, let's see, in Indianapolis, the hottest day was July 29th. That was 95. Lafayette, Muncie, both hit 93. That was back in June. A couple of times. Lafayette also hit that once in July, once in August as well, hit 93. Terre Haute hit 95 3 times in June, and it was actually 3 days in a row. It was on the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Bloomington 94 on July 29th. And the hottest of some of the reporting stations, both Shelbyville and Eagle Creek, both hit 96. Both of them did that in June, late June. In fact, Shelbyville actually did it twice, back-to-back days, hit 96 degrees. So, not great. For the summer, Indianapolis had 9.83 inches of rainfall. That is down 2 3/4 inches. And that was the low spot compared to Lafayette, Muncie, Terre Haute, Bloomington, Shelbyville, and Eagle Creek. And actually, Bloomington, where we say that we got in Indianapolis, we were dry. Bloomington actually ended with 17.89, and that was to the plus side of 4.57, so 4.5 inches surplus against the average. So some areas did okay. Many did not. Terre Haute wasn't bad, 11.18, and for the summer, that's only down 3/4 of an inch. So that's not going to hurt you too much. Muncie was down about 1 3/4 inches. That's not awful as well. So yeah, it was kind of an interesting summer. And like I said, if it wouldn't have been for kind of that, we got a couple of waves of that early autumn air in the end of August. I think we probably would have been a little bit higher in the record books in terms of the hottest summers on record, because we certainly started August off pretty hot and then obviously started to flip the pattern a little bit here. So there you go. Some very interesting stats for you here coming out of August and for the entire summer. All right. Obviously, we're very early on. I'm not going to really dive in deep with the September stats right now since we're only a week in. Nothing too crazy going on there. And just a quick recap. Again, I know I mentioned this in the last segment, but the 8 to 14 day outlook, so that takes you from the 14th to the 20th. A lot of the central, Midwest, central west portions of the U.S. with above average temperatures, really strong signal for it, and then below average precipitation for much of the Midwest and New England states. So that's going to keep us pretty dry there. All right, that's going to do it for this week's podcast. Always appreciate your feedback. Shoot me an email anytime, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. You can also reach out on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. It's either Marcus Bailey or Marcus Bailey Weather on some of those platforms. So shoot me a message there and give me a follow and a like. Always appreciate those. You can also get my forecast Monday through Friday on TV side, locally in central Indiana on Wish TV, and worldwide at our website, wishtv.com, and click the live stream button there. I'm on from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. weekdays. You can also get our forecast for free anytime at wishtv.com/weather or our free Storm Track 8 weather app. While you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.